Self-actualization in the traditional concept is about realizing yourself as your own gender. Men must realize themselves as men, and women must realize themselves as women. Now, what does that mean exactly? Evola continues.
I've already considered...
Wait, how can you... Like, okay. It is true.
I thought we were watching the video.
Well, hold on. Because it is true that self-actualization historically has a lot to do with it always generally had to do with finding your place in the world. And often that is conceptualized as if you're living in a society that has gender roles, it's finding your place in your gender role or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But the problem I have with these arguments is that idea of what it means to be a man is constantly changing.
Hell yes.
Okay. So you
Very
can't
true.
really make
Very
this
true.
appeal to nature argument. For example, we would consider farming as a masculine thing, right? Oh, God, the farmer is providing for his family, is working the earth, blah, blah, blah. That's a very masculine thing to do. But if you were going off of a hunter-gatherer society, they could be farming is fucking feminine.
Yeah.
You're scrounging around the dirt like a gathering female. This is pussy behavior. What a man does. Man doesn't deal with dainty flowers and plants. A man picks up their spear or their little stick thing that I forget the name of that they throw, and they go out and they find the mammoth and they fucking murder it. That's what it means to be a man. What kind of chick ass wussy beta male shit is it to go and
pussy
dig plants in the ground? What is this pussy shit?
What a bitch.
Right. So that's
beta.
Beta. So that's my problem with these kind of arguments. When I say the tradition train just goes on forever and it never ends.
Yeah, very true.
the way of being that corresponds eminently to man. I've also discussed the two main paths of approach to the value of being a principle to oneself, namely action and contemplation. Thus, the warrior, the hero, and the ascetic represent the two fundamental types of pure virility. In symmetry with these types, there are also two types available to the feminine nature. A woman realizes herself as such and even rises to the same level reached by a man as warrior and ascetic only as lover and mother. These are...
Wait, what? This is insane.
Well,
yeah, only as lover and mother.
Crazy.
Gotta get back in that fucking kitchen, bitch.
Well, hold on. So, because there's I don't know why he didn't put up the second page of.
I know we're not able to read along with
yeah,
this one.
I couldn't read the second page, so.
Yeah,
but
so
mother
wait,
or lover, barefoot and pregnant. He's coming out as barefoot and pregnant.
If I'm understanding this correctly, he's saying the two paths that are available to men is either the path of the warrior or the path of the ascetic.
No, I thought warrior was the aesthetic.
Well,
and
not
women
necessarily.
I didn't catch it. I wish
back.
he would have. Yeah. What are the two paths for men?
I'm gonna have to listen to this again because it's kind of confusing.
Mother and lover.
Paths of approach to
Evola continues.
Did you notice that social scientist wasn't on that list, Aiden? Too bad for you.
Oh,
I've already considered the way of being that corresponds eminently to man. I've also discussed the two main paths of approach to the value of being a principle to oneself, namely action and contemplation. Thus, the warrior, the hero, and the ascetic represent the two.
The warrior, the hero, and the ascetic.
Wait, hold on a second.
Fundamental types of pure virility. In symmetry with these types, there are also two types available to the feminine nature.
Okay, this is fucking hilarious.
Mother and lover, you guys.
Wait, listen.
Yeah.
He said, this is hilarious. This is super key. Okay. He said the two paths of self-actualization for being a perfect man or whatever is either the path of action or the path of contemplation. Okay.
Okay.
And he's got the warrior and the aesthetician, or the aesthetician, the guy that works on your nails. Okay. So why do you think this guy who's not a warrior
picked being an academic as one of the path to success for
geez.
men.
Why would that be an option?
The men have two successful paths.
Right.
One is to be the alpha male warrior, and one just happens to coincide to be the thing that I am, the
Yes.
contemplator.
Excellent
Okay?
point. Excellent
Come on.
point. Yeah.
Give me a. This is
Excellent
like
point.
this is like the Greek philosopher saying we all need to be ruled by the philosopher kings. Okay,
God,
it's like,
I would
give me
love,
a
I would
fucking
love to
break.
see the fucking anime ab bitch just slap this guy around.
Like, come on.
I want to see him fucking dunk on this guy right and left.
Like, if I'm appealing to like the nature, I'm talking about being a macho man Randy Savage here. I
Yeah.
do not think of like the monk who sits alone in their fucking hovel contemplating the
Yeah,
nature of
exactly.
existence and God is not. That's not a masculine
Yeah.
behavior in my eyes. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it's not like a gendered masculine behavior.
Mother or lover, Aiden? Which one are you picking? I'm curious. You only have two paths.
Right? Yeah. What does that even mean?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
Oh, I guess
Yeah, like-
technically you could be both. You could succeed at both.
Why are women not allowed to contemplate things?
Contemplation is off the list, Sitch. Don't offer it
That's
to
only
her.
for men. Only men are allowed to
She
think.
will be contemplating
Okay,
for the rest of the
okay.
live stream.
All right.
Okay,
all
don't
right,
open
okay.
it up.
So Adam, here's father or boyfriend. Figure it out.
But that's not
right.
that's not for dudes, man. We got warrior.
I'm just giving you the equal and opposite kind of question. What the fuck?
Sorry. Look,
Father or
look.
boyfriend? What do you choose?
Look, the video says right here, inorganic ways of being. Okay. Okay, it's right there in black and white. We don't want a contradiction going on here.
You know, you're correct. I can't contradict
Yes.
science like that.
That's right.
Fucking facts and logic. Sit down.
Nature. A woman realizes herself as such and even rises to the same level reached by a man as warrior and ascetic only as lover and mother. These are bipartitions of the same ideal strain. Just as there is an active heroism, there's also a passive heroism. There is a heroism of absolute affirmation and a heroism of absolute dedication.
Dude, that's so awesome. Yeah,
This is so
folding my
fucking
underwear
pathetic.
is your act of heroism, okay?
Yes. Listen. He's like, listen, ladies, don't feel bad. Completely dedicating yourself and being subservient to a man is an act of heroism.
It is.
Okay.
It's important. When I fold a man's underwear, it makes me feel like a saint.
It
okay?
does.
I
You're a hero.
I actually, you know, I go into the heavens because I have a.
It's better than sex.
Yes, it is.
This
Folding
is-
underwear.
This is so.
folding-
This is so good.
They can both
Wait.
be luminous.
And then I was gonna say, Aiden starts folding her husband's underwear, and she
Yeah,
just
I do.
She's like, you know what I need to do? I need to lick some abs right now.
Bliss.
Well, when
Husband, get over here.
when I fold my husband's underwear, I do have a natural desire to lick a woman's abs. But
No,
then
Amanda,
after
Aiden, no!
after I've licked
This is
after I've licked
insane.
after
The
I have licked her
contradictions.
abs, then
The
then
inorganic
Jesus,
behavior.
then after I have so I fold my husband's underwear and then I lick a woman's abs and then
Yes.
I go up and I ascend into heaven.
Oh wow,
That's how it works.
I didn't know.
That's
That's
not
a
how you
half-
guys. That's not
it's a
your
half-
guys like. That's not how you guys. That's not your daily like routine.
No, I
Weird.
didn't realize it's that easy to
Weird.
get into heaven. All you have to do is start folding underwear, and suddenly
Yeah.
Jesus opens the gates.
Well,
for you.
you have to fold the underwear and then lick the lady's abs.
Oh, I see. I know. See, that's my problem. I always licked that lady's abs first, and then
You
fold the
fucked
underwear.
it up, dude. You fucked it up.
That's why I keep ending up in hell. I was doing it in the
That's
reverse order.
see.
Okay.
It's so simple.
I'm glad we had this conversation. Okay.
And produce plenty of fruits as far as overcoming human limitations and achieving liberation are concerned, when they are lived with purity and in the sense of an offering. This differentiation of the heroic strain determines the distinctive character of the paths of fulfillment available to men and women. In the case of women, the actions of the warrior and of the ascetic who affirm themselves in a life that is beyond life, the former through pure action and the latter through pure detachment, correspond to the act of the woman totally giving of herself and being entirely for another being, whether he is the loved one,
What the fuck? Wait, this is like insane. Academic, how could you fucking
I don't
You
know,
supported
actually.
this.
This
You
is
were
kind
all
of some weird
yeah,
ass shit,
exactly.
dude.
You
What
were
the
like
fuck?
all on his side. Remember, Aiden? No, I don't want to be mean to him. He will shut the fuck up and get in the kitchen.
This
That's
guy's
what he
like-
thinks.
This guy's like, well, first of all, there's a couple things here. First of all, this gives off like serious incel vibes. Okay. What I mean by that is he's like, the two paths of a man is either to be the ultra Chad who gets all the ladies, or to just be the MGTOW detached from all ladies and just say, I don't want sex at all. So
By the way, Adam, it was already confirmed that I already went to heaven, so
that's true. That's true.
I can do whatever I
Well,
want.
good for you, winning.
This feels like someone who is mad at evolution and mad that sex and reproduction is such a prime motivation for human behavior. And they're kind of like saying, oh, they're kind of saying seriously what I said as a joke. Like, oh, women should either be throwing themselves at you, and if they're not, then you just cut yourself off from them completely. You become the deep-minded, contemplator.
Hey, I'm sneaking a snack, but I want to respond to this.
No, I think it's true.
Chitachi in the chat says, "Oh God, why do Sitch and Adam view motherhood as lesser valued? I do not.
We don't.
I do
We
not.
don't.
No,
Like,
no, no.
I do think being a mother is heroic and all that stuff. In the context of what he's saying that's the only path for women. Which how can you get more authoritarian than that?
It's worse. It's worse than that. Okay, because what he just said is that the path for enlightenment or whatever for men is to go beyond themselves, via being this warrior of action or being this deep thinker. But the path of enlightenment for women is instead to be subservient to someone else.
Yes.
Is to give up themselves entirely for the purpose of another conscious being. Okay. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it is. But he seems to have some kind of like external belief, I guess.
do. This is a little like mansplaining-ish because I can see where that can bring someone utter bliss is just, sacrificing for their children. A lot of people are into that.
Okay. Lots of mothers and fathers are totally on board with making sacrifices for their children.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally natural.
It is
That's
heroic
totally
and
biological.
valuable.
And it is heroic and valuable. My problem, if he had said that the role of the man and woman is to reproduce and to, sacrifice themselves from their child, we'd be having a different conversation.
Right.
That's not what he said.
No, he did. He said your husband.
Yes. He said the man gets to live the life of adventure and or of intellectual stimulation. And the woman has to be the servant.
Yeah.
It's the juxtaposition of these two roles that I have such a big problem with. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being a mother. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself up to someone else, but demanding that women do this, be this subservient servant role, to give themselves up, to not be able to have their own passions or dreams to follow, but that men have all this options available to them is fucked. That's what I'm responding to.
And bad for society, I would say.
Yes,
Categorically bad for society.